now I think it's time for us to actually talk a little bit more on epilepsy today about devices. Devices are the new thing in the epilepsy world. Devices to predict seizure activity. And there are a number of devices that are out there that are doing incredible things. And one of these devices is the NeuroVista, which has been it's been developed by a seizure advisory system. I'm sorry, has developed a seizure advisory system that basically what it does, they take recording strips of 16 electrodes that are implanted subdurally, and by subdurally, this is underneath your scalp, right, Brian?
Well, not just the scalp, but the skull.
Oh, okay.
And then
so this is something that's going to be invasive.
And then there's a layer, the first layer of the meninges, the 3 layers that cover the brain. Dura mater, tough mother, so that's on the outside, and then just below that, subdural, and that's where the electrode's going, so that it'll essentially be on your cortex there.
Okay, so it's actually going to be laying on the brain itself.
And
okay.
Pretty much, essentially.
So this is going to be laying on your brain, and it's in and around this your seizure focus, or the region in which you have seizure activity. These electrodes connect to subclavicular. Subclavicular.
That's one of those $100 words. That's not even a $50 word, right?
Okay. But
say it fast 3 times.
We got a time. Subclavicular.
He did it. Okay.
Thank
but
you.
That's the only way to get
Thank
you to
you
go
for
on.
entertaining me. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry.
Now, Tom, just to get
But that's in your
framework here, but you went to.
Excuse me.
Now what?
No, but that's in your chest.
Oh, well, it's the
clavicle,
clavicle is the
clavicle.
collarbone.
Yeah.
So it's like the pacemakers for the heart.
Okay, or a VNS, the vagus nerve stimulator. So right around there somewhere.
But Tom, you went to a great meeting. You were hearing all about this stuff right on the edge of.
Exactly. So what this thing does, okay? So it's
You
got.
can't say what the meeting was.
I'd rather not. We can talk about that later. But okay.
Wait a minute, Tom. I think we've already got onto something.
Okay, but it's the pipeline meeting.
Okay.
Okay, that was sponsored by the Epilepsy Foundation.
Okay.
Okay, and it's the newest, greatest things in the field of epilepsy.
Man, well, it sounded like a great conference.
And in fact, it was. I was really impressed. I had a great time. I could, you know,
This is just a small part of what
at certain points during this, it sounded like a sci-fi conference. Because
really getting out there with
some of this stuff is so incredible. You know, we're talking about possibly identifying genes that are responsible for epilepsy, and altering those genes in the individual.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's
That's
huge.
like trying to rebuild the body.
Yeah.
Now that we're trying to clone people.
Well, so, yeah, see, Tom's excited about it. Mark was kind of questioning the concept. All right, back to devices here.
Okay, but here we are. Okay, now we got this. So this is all hooked up to you, and what it's doing, it's constantly doing an EEG. Now, an EEG is an electroencephalogram, and it charts your brainwave activity, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you have seizure activity, there are certain patterns that you see on the EEG.
Okay.
And it detects those patterns, and then what it does is it's got a display that is composed of 3 lights. One's a white light. The white light means everything's fine, your brain's operating normally, okay? Then it's got a, what's the other?
The blue for low.
The blue light means things are getting a little bit dicey.
Okay.
Okay,
Low likelihood, it says.
a
Okay.
low likelihood of seizure activity. Then blue is
There's
No,
white,
blue.
and
No.
then comes white.
Right.
So blue is low likelihood.
blue is low likelihood, white is moderate likelihood, and then the red light is high likelihood that you're going to have seizure activity.
Wow.
And
Wow,
there's an
that's
audio
great.
alert. So is this like belt-worn device.
Huh, that, I didn't think of that, but that's really.
Well, the ambulatory systems are not warning the individual. There's no indication of what's happening with your own brain and if you're about to have a seizure or not. So this is a big leap forward here.
I wish they find somewhere else to say this belt-worn device. They don't know this is not fashion savvy. I hated it.
You're worried about that? Well,
I am. I had to go and I had this big old, it's like I was living in the 80s again. It was like a radio on my shoulder. Or I had to carry it like the fanny pack.
Yeah, that was a big pouch. Tom, did they show you the unit?
No. But it's basically sort of like it's not a
bulky thing.
No, it's not.
No,
gonna be
good.
like
You could get by with a suit jacket or a suit coat or a sweater and nobody would notice.
Always got to wear that stuff.
Right.
Well, that's the
Degrees
kind of stuff.
outside.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Guess you can't go to the party with that on.
Margo, now tell me, if it screws up your little fashion sense of yourself versus having a light tell you you're about to have it, where's the trade-off here? Which way would you go?
I just better look cute before the seizure comes. No, I would always take having the knowledge that I was about to have a seizure over, but I mean, come on. If they're making watches that you can talk on yourself, I mean, we can upgrade.
This might be real.
Well, maybe it's
We got
not.
no
Yeah,
idea.
we don't.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Let's assume it's very small.
Let's just assume. Okay, we'll do that. Even
But
though
it's-
they say don't assume.
How well did it do, Tom?
Well, it did. It actually worked pretty well. Ones that can be shown to have reasonable sensitivity and specificity.
Specificity.
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Then the opportunity will present for incorporation into a closed-loop therapeutic device. Such devices might stimulate the vein or vagus nerve to reduce seizure likelihood, apply anti-seizure drugs to regions of the brain, or elsewhere engage brain-cooling devices, or instruct the patient to take a quick-acting medicine dose.
I was trying to read
Or
that too.
maybe
And
what
that's
could
one.
happen is that basically somebody could use biofeedback.
If they're watching their lights and here comes the low likelihood thing and
Yeah.
then the little bit moderate likelihood, yeah, then
Mhm.
like things
Then it's-
Donna Andrews talks about, or
Uh-huh.
somebody learns something in a biofeedback,
Yeah,
session.
how
and
to get to the alpha
switch-
waves
yeah,
and stuff
Get over to that other mode or state, yeah.
without the
And
medication.
they have that, this is a perfect feedback device right here, telling people
Yeah,
you're in this zone, you're in this zone, you're in this zone.
yeah. And then it's like,
Good
okay,
idea.
then I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm back to the very,
Work
very
it back
low
there.
likelihood. I can go back to what I was doing.
Mud
And take off
volleyball.
this belt-worn device.
Yeah, yeah.
I've checked it. I'm good.
I'm
Okay.
good to go.
And that's not the only device like that.
Oh, no, there's other ones. There are some that incorporate not only EEGs, but also incorporate EKGs, okay, so they're a heart rate monitor and also a galvanic skin response, which is something that we've done here before.
Yeah, very simple for biofeedback. And,
Oh, yeah.
And
And
that's
there's-
Is that
surprising.
the thing that we did?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And it's been used with people with epilepsy, and the training and the article that was written up, Tan wrote this up. 50% of the people with epilepsy decrease their seizure frequency by 50%.
Yeah.
And just a simple little device, and
I know I need to invest, but we said we were going to talk about that on our next segment.
well, this might be the future.
I think this is the future. And the nice part of it is that it speaks volumes as far as the positive nature of the future. So for folks who are currently still struggling with seizure control, okay, there are answers that are coming to the forefront every day as far as epilepsy is concerned. There are new medications and new devices and things such as that that are going to make life so much easier for all those folks who have epilepsy.
Well, yeah, we could take a break, and then we could talk about this more in the
Yeah.
next segment.
Certainly, certainly.
All right.